Shalom, Israel. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. This is the Tuesday Orlando Brotherhood class. I'm Officer Lapayad down here in Central Florida. We have classes down in Kissimmee at the Hart Memorial Library every Tuesday from 6:30 to 8:30. Officer Thawashab normally heads up that class. If you're in the Central Florida area, make sure you get out here, come out, come to the classes. Um, and every Tuesday down there at the library, man, just getting it in with the scriptures, man, and just really teaching blacks and Hispanics and natives who they are in these brotherhood classes, man. So I'm gonna wait a little bit, wait to see a couple more people get in here. I don't know if you've seen the title of the class today, but the title of the class today is going to be called The Pride Before the Fall. The Pride Before the Fall. And that's important. We're going to get right into it. Salaki. If you have any questions, go ahead and type them in the comments. We'll go ahead and answer those. If I'm unable to answer them, I'll definitely be able to get you the answer ASAP. So we can go ahead and jump into it. I don't know if everybody's been paying attention to the news. I don't think you can go anywhere now, especially on social media, and not hear about what's happening in the world right now. The most jarring thing that we're hearing is the monkeypox. And today we're going to talk about the monkeypox and who is affecting. We're going to talk about, where this is going. You know what I'm saying? Because the ISUPK, we've been prophesying these plagues that will happen and come to America since 1969. So if you want to know what's going on in the world, this is the place to be, man. This is the place to come and learn. And I would advise any Black, Hispanic, Native, indigenous to the Americas to come into this body, man. Right now is the time. If you're looking at the news, you know what I'm saying, even the newscasters and some of the politicians, when they speak on these things, they're speaking on these things as if this is the end of the days. They're liking it to the end of the days, considering all the things that's happening in the world, wars and rumors of wars. I was just recently watching a video about China, China making threats and basically saying, to intervene with them and what they're doing will be like the start of Armageddon. So I don't know if, people paying attention to that, but, here in the ISUPK, we've been on the forefront on the street corners in these classrooms trying to wake our people up just to let them know, like, listen, this is the end right here. For Blacks, Hispanics, and Natives, this is the end, man. You need to get into this body, man. It's a class. It's a school in your area, wherever you are. It's a phone number. You can go to isupk.com and call the number that's closest to you and get into these classes, man. So, you don't have to partake in what's finna happen to America, right? You don't have to partake in that. Got a couple videos I want to take a look at. This monkeypox thing, man. According to the CDC, the majority of the people that it's affecting are gay and homosexual men, right? And bisexual men, sorry. Gay and bisexual men. Whatever's the difference. One sleeps with just men, one sleeps with men and women. But however, they all getting the monkeypox. And this is some biblical boils on their skin like they did in Egypt. I mean, this is really like the world has never seen anything like this. And something interesting we're going to see in one of these videos where the lady talks about it, but she's going to give you the origin of it, basically where they normally see it from, where it normally stems from. And we're going to go into the scriptures and talk about it. That's what we're going to do. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share this. Let me do this. There we go. take a look a little bit of this video right here. All right, let me stop that right there before we even get all the way into the video. What we have to pay attention to, especially in these last days, is rhetoric, right? The things that people say, to try to calm you, and the stigma that they try to remove. Now, this happened before in the world when the HIV virus first hit, the AIDS epidemic when it first hit. They were saying that it was just a gay disease, or that was the stigma of HIV and AIDS, and it did stem there. It started there, right? And most of them were being affected. So, um, according to the CDC, before we get to what she's saying, I'm just going to read this stat line real quick because I thought this was important to know, right? Now, this is the CDC. Now, why do I go to the CDC? Because listen, the CDC, you can say what you want about the ISUPK. You can say what you want about us. You can call us biased, well, to a certain degree, to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. But the CDC doesn't care about your religious background, right? This is the Center for Disease Control. They care about the numbers. They're looking at the cases. They're taking it from a scientific perspective. They can only give you the numbers on what's happening in the world. So this is not our personal word. This is not our personal feelings. We're just relaying the information that the CDC is giving us. They're the ones seeing the cases. They're the ones grabbing the data and seeing who this is affecting. And according to them, they estimate that 1.7 million gay and bisexual men face the highest risk from monkeypox, right? So now, just in the beginning of the video, she wants to already remove the stigma that this is something that's happening, or this is a gay disease. She wants to remove that stigma because we know in the world we live in today, right? We understand the world we live in today that this is highly acceptable. The LGBTQ community has risen to a point where they have power now. They have power. So you say anything today about somebody that's a member of the LGBTQ community, you can face some harsh, some severe criticism, and you could be canceled, whatever that is. You could be canceled, right? If you speak out against it. But we know here in the ISUPK, we follow the scriptures, we follow the law, statutes, and commandments. So to us, we've been speaking against the LGBT community and just that whole lifestyle since 1969. As a matter of fact, before that, the scriptures way back in Leviticus, in the beginning of the Bible, right, that spoke out against the LGBTQ community and that lifestyle. Now, somebody said y'all couldn't hear the video. All right, let me go back then. Let me make sure. I'm gonna go back. If you can hear the video, hit a 1. If you can't hear the 2, let me see. Somebody let me know if y'all can hear the video. Yeah, see, they trying to stop it already. Let me do something real quick. Salaki. And we get on these airwaves, man, and we start telling the truth. They want to start shutting stuff down. This video and these streams be working all day. If I was showing some twerking or something like that, it'll be clear. But since we out here finna share this truth, they want to try to shut it down. I'm gonna try it again. Just give me 1 second. All right. All right, I'm gonna try it one more time. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear it.
Okay, I know. We are
Put
tired
a
of
one if
dealing
you
with
can hear it.
viruses. But listen, the viruses are not tired of dealing with us. So we have to talk about what's going on with monkeypox and what's not going on with monkeypox. Now, the virus is spreading fast. Over 7,000 confirmed cases in the U.S. in less than 3 months. And now President Biden has declared it a public health emergency. And despite what you may have heard, listen, people, this is not a gay disease. It's a
Now, I'm getting ones so everybody can hear it. We good? Everybody was able to hear it? Okay. So again, notice in the very beginning, she already wants to dispel that this is a gay disease from the beginning. This is the entire point of bringing her up here to ease the minds of people. This is not a gay disease. This is the first thing she says. She wants to reiterate that this is not a gay disease, right?
a virus that can affect anyone, even you. So listen up just for a few minutes. You've got questions. I know I've got questions, and we've got the woman with some answers.
Yeah, man. See, every time we get to this, they want to stop and bring the trooper in. It's acting like it don't want to play.
Like the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Hey, you know what it is. What's going on, Troop? As soon as we pull this video up, if I was showing anything else but this video, we would have no issues.
Con, I don't want con, sir.
You already know. I'm gonna have to come back to it because I really want to drive home a point here, and they're making it so difficult to do that. Let me try this.
Girl, I've got all the questions for you. First,
That's crazy. Listen, I remember a class we had where General Muhammad asked Alexa to define the word bitch, and Alexa said, "I'm sorry, I can't do that." Now we sitting here trying to go into and find out what these public health officials is saying about monkeypox, and guess what? The video won't play. But that's all right. I'll come back to it. I'll come back to it. But they still not gonna stop this work though.
Viruses, another type is very similar.
We'll come back to it. All right. So let's do this. Since they don't want us to play the video, I'll work with that as we go along through the scriptures. True, you got your sword with you. You ready?
Stay on deck with it, sir.
All right. All right, so let's go into the scriptures. Let's just jump right into it. Because obviously, white man don't want us to talk about it, but we're going to talk about it anyway. All right, so like I was saying, the main focus of that video, hopefully we get a chance to get into it, but the main focus of that video is to tell people that the monkeypox is not a gay disease. Now, the stats that I just read to you, CDC estimates that 1.7 million gay and bisexual men face highest risk from monkeypox, right? 98% of people diagnosed with the virus between April and June. That's this year. Between April and June, in more than a dozen countries identify as gay or bisexual, right? So these are just gay men and bisexual men who sleep with men and women, right? True. Pull up Leviticus 18 and 22 for me. Now the reason we got to go into this is because of this reason, right? It wasn't too long ago, and I don't remember the actual time. I think it was like a month or two ago. Wasn't it Gay Pride Month? I don't know, 2 months ago, something like that.
So like you, sir. Con, I know what con. You're right. It was Same month as Juneteenth. Remember we was out there at Juneteenth? It was the
Yeah,
same
okay.
month.
The same month.
Salaki.
No, no sweat. So the same month was Gay Pride Month, right? And when we went down in here in downtown Orlando, I mean, while we were speaking, it was gay, and the LGBTQ community was out in downtown Orlando by the thousands, by the thousands. And I mean, they had signs. We were out speaking, and they looked at us and they wanted to destroy us for us speaking what thus saith the Lord coming out of the scriptures, right? But they were out there and they were so prideful, man. Gay Pride Month, right? They were so prideful about being a part of the LGBTQ community, right? Now, why is this important, right? It's important because the whole temperature of this world has shifted and directed towards this gay lifestyle, this alternative lifestyle that they're giving for blacks and Hispanics and natives to live, right? All of the other nations, I don't give a damn about the other nations. I'm just talking about our people, right? This is affecting 98% of that community, right? But they want to go overboard to say, listen, this is not a gay disease, right? You got that scripture for me?
Con, sir.
Right. Now, this is the scripture we was reading out in front of the LGBTQ community by the thousands. And this is back in the book. This is in the book of Leviticus. This hasn't changed, but this is what thus saith the Lord. And mind you, that the Christian church, they back the LGBTQ community. They don't come out and say nothing about that. They don't come out and say nothing wrong with their lifestyle. They don't call it an abomination. They don't do any of those things, right? Because they're about money. So we're going to go into the scriptures and read and see what thus saith the Lord. Read that for me. Read that for me out.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind.
Mm-hmm.
It is an abomination.
It is an abomination, right? So the Most High is saying that it's an abomination. But the world that we live in today, the society that we live in today, says that this is an alternative lifestyle, right? Now, it's amazing that this new generation may not be old enough to remember the HIV and the AIDS epidemic. Not that it ever stopped, but when it first got on the scene, this new generation may be too young because it wasn't affecting them. But this right here, in this day and age with the monkeypox, this is that all over again, where the stigma for the HIV and the AIDS epidemic was that it was a gay disease, but then we slowly started to see it branch off into everybody's life, right? And that's going to be the same thing with the monkeypox. And why is that? Why is that? Even though it's going to start here as a gay bisexual disease, it's going to go into the rest of the world. How do I know that? Well, first of all, just by plain common sense, it says gay men and bisexual men. So that's men that sleep with men and women. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you got men and women for a week, months, years jumping from person to person having sex. Most of these people out here ain't checking to see who got what. They sleeping around randomly, breaking up with boyfriends and sleeping with another man, or a man just out here sleeping with any old nasty woman he can find. Listen, that disease, the monkeypox, will spread into the rest of the community, right? It's going to spread to the rest of the people, right? But it's going to spread to the rest of the people because of their sexual immorality. And we're going to go through the scriptures and find out the sexual immorality, the things that this world promotes, right? This world has a pride in the gay community, right? All of the shows that we watch now, you can't go anywhere or turn on the TV without them implementing or showing us some sort of homosexual scene. Even so much so to the point to now it's affecting even our children's cartoons. For all you parents out there, be careful just giving your kids that YouTube, giving them that tablet or giving them that phone and allowing them to just search, because they're trying to implant this into your children so they can have customers when they grow up. they're implanting this into your children so they can have somebody to molest when, you know what I'm saying? When they get a hold of it. This is what this world is doing, right? Read that scripture for me again. Now, again, I don't see any of the Christian church coming out about the LGBTQ community. Now, you would think down there in downtown Orlando that you would probably see, I'll give you a better one. When we go, we have camp down in Orlando. So we frequent downtown Orlando, and in downtown, you know, in most downtown metropolis areas, they have bars and stuff like that. So you go down there to a bar, and at night they have the clubs. And in the middle of the street, there's always some Christians down there preaching and telling people how wrong they are about going into the bars, about how they dress, all this other things. But when it came down to the LGBTQ gay pride parade, none of them was found. There were no Christian pastors out there with all the people that they have in their congregation speaking out against this. They weren't, because they are in league with the LGBTQ community, right? Your Christian pastor just wants money. So whatever is going to bring him money, bring her money, she's not going to speak against that. They're not going to speak against that because they know the money. If Christian pastors start speaking out against the LGBTQ community, guess what'll happen? About 90% of their revenue will be gone. Period. Right? Because people in those churches in Christianity, right, they accept the LGBTQ community. They won't speak out against it. So if you ain't speaking out against it, you accept it. Right? Read that for me one more time.
Sir. The book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind.
So basically, if you a man and you have sex with a woman, you should not be having sex with a man like you have sex with a woman. Period. That shouldn't be happening, right? Keep going.
It is an abomination.
It's an alternative lifestyle.
It is an abomination.
It's an abomination, man. It's an abomination. The Most High hate it. There's no way you can get around that. There's no way you can get around that. But is the Christian preacher telling you this? No, he's not. Because he's telling you these laws are done away with. That's got to be his stance on it. It's got to be the Christian church stance on it. They're not coming out against that because guess what? The LGBTQ community has so much power now, they could be canceled. Your churches will be empty. You start talking about that, right? So they don't do it. So they allow it and perpetuate it in our communities. Jump down to 20 for me. And let's start at 10. I'm going to get this video going too. We're going to start at 10. And this is why the monkeypox will spread because of sexual immorality. I'm going to just get right to it, right? It's not like our people are staying in 20, 30-year relationships. It's not like our people not breaking up and sleeping and we on all these websites and having all this, being, women and men being promiscuous. You know what I mean? Just really being just ratchet out here. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much stuff you see. If you go downtown Orlando, the things that you see down there, the different lifestyles and the way people living down there. Listen, when COVID-19 happened, downtown Orlando was a ghost town. Now understand, when this monkeypox really starts setting off and it really starts showing who doing what, I guarantee you it's going to be a ghost town again, right? But this will spread to other communities. It will, because of sexual immorality. And we're going to go into some of the things that's going to cause this. See, a lot of people think you're safe because, oh, I'm not gay. Oh, I'm not bisexual. But it could be the woman you sleeping with that had sex with somebody else. It could be the man you sleeping with that's having sex with a woman that had sex with a bisexual man. It's so many ways for you to get it, but the only way to stay out of that and the only way not to get it is to live a righteous lifestyle, is to follow law, statutes, and commandments, because the wages of sin is death. And we're going to find out what sin is going to cause that death. We're going to find out how we get there. We're going to literally see what the world perpetuates to us to get us to sin, to get us to have to pay that wage. I'm sorry, receive that wage, right? Leviticus 20:10. Read that for me out.
Sir. The book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 10. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife
That does what?
committeth adultery with another man's wife,
Mm-hmm.
even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife,
Mm-hmm.
the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death.
Listen, how do I know that the monkeypox is gonna spread? Because in our society, they do nothing but promote adultery. Listen, Joe Biden don't have to come out and say anything about this, right? Because black people, blacks and Hispanics and natives, y'all don't listen to Joe Biden. Come on now. I know some of you fake ones, you like to act like you the blackity blacks like to act like I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican. You black. You don't listen to Joe Biden, but I know who you do listen to. You listen to the rap artists, you watch the movies, you watch the shows, and they are highly influential on black, Hispanics, and natives. And nobody wants to say that. Nobody wants to say how much influence entertainment has on the black community. Right? People, our children don't grow up wanting to be the president. They don't grow up wanting to be a firefighter. They don't grow up wanting to be anything other than a favorite rap artist. They don't grow up wanting to be anything other than a favorite basketball player. That's all they see. That's all that's put in front of them is entertainment. So just for the entertainment value, they will sell and show your children and even yourself anything they have to get you to sin. Because in this world, sin is where the money at. That's where the money is. Right? This world is built on a pride that will cause so many people to fall and has already done so. Listen, the scriptures say that this is the place of judgment was under the sun on earth. You get to see firsthand what happens when you partake in the gay lifestyle, in the bisexual lifestyle, right? And so now with the monkeypox showing forth what you've done, because I don't know if you've been paying attention, but if you see the pictures, most of the people that is what they use, right? I don't even know how to listen. The topic is pause. The topic is pause, right? But most times when you see it, it's all around their mouth. So I seen one video where the guy was showing it like he had the monkeypox in his throat. You know, one in a scripture breakdown class. I know exactly. It was actually it was Cross the Line. General Muhammad was bringing out. They showed a video where the man was saying that it felt like sitting on shards of glass. What? So they getting it all those and things like that, and like it's really in seeing and what, right? And so they want the stigma and say it's not a gay disease, but it does so happen affecting 98% of that community, right? So the scripture that we just brought out right here, and the man that committed adultery with another man's wife. Listen, that runs rampant, man. And listen, I'm not even talking about the ones that sign on a dotted line and say that they married, because we know in the truth, we understand it in the scriptures, sex is marriage. So once you have sex with somebody and you decide I'm not happy this month, and you decide you want to leave and you go have sex with someone else, guess what? You commit an adultery. That's adultery. And because you don't have a paper tied to nobody, the Most High don't care about no paper. If you laid down with a man and had sex with that man and you decide I'm done with this and I don't want to do this no more, and you're gonna have sex with another man, you're an adulterer. If you go and be a man and you having sex with a woman, and then you go and see another man's woman and you have sex with her, you're an adulterer. So if everybody's having sex with everybody, how will it not spread? How could you not be afraid right now for my people that's promiscuous, for my people that's sleeping around, for my people that have not a care in the world? How could you not be afraid of the monkeypox? How could you not be afraid of contracting that? And what makes it even worse is that this ain't even listen, at least with the COVID-19, if you came in contact with somebody with COVID-19, at least within a couple days, You know what I mean? You knew, okay, I'm sick, something wrong. According to the CDC and according to doctors, they saying you may not even show signs of it for a whole 2 to 3 weeks after being exposed. So I mean, it's that. So that means it's like a buffer on it. So you didn't went out to the club, you didn't met somebody, you didn't met this girl, and you kicking it with her and all this for the men that's out here just sleeping with any old thing that they meet. You didn't met this girl in the club, and you didn't, you feel like, I'm a give me 1 second, Salakia. Let me do this real quick. My camera's Salakia. Give me 1 second. Salakia. All right. So you going down to the clubs and you getting with this girl and you sleeping with her. You don't know she got monkeypox. You don't know that she didn't had homosexual sex. You don't know any of those things. You don't know who she slept with. Come on, let's not act like this don't happen in our community. Let's not acting like let's stop acting like people just not out here having willy-nilly sex with anybody. It's happening. Right? Is this not the temperature of the world right now? Does not your favorite R&B artist, don't they all talk about stealing somebody's woman? Don't they all talk about that? Ain't that like the thing to do? I know when I was younger, all the R&B artists was always talking that he can't do you like I can. Come on, man. What are they promoting here? They're promoting adultery, which is sexual immorality. It's a sin. And the more you get into that, guess what? You increase your chances of getting the monkeypox by what? 100%. Come on now. Let's just do the numbers. Right? Live your life. Right. Right. Y'all will stop saying live your life. That's what they telling you. They telling you YOLO. You only live once. You just got to go out there. You got to experience it. You understand what I'm saying? But now we starting to see that here in the end days, listen, living your life could cost you your life. Living your life costs you your life. Sexual immorality is costing your life. Sin. The wages of sin is death. I'm going to keep saying that. The wages of sin is death, man. Keep going. Go to 11 if you could for me, Troop.
Kind, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 11. And the man that lieth with his father's wife hath uncovered his father's nakedness.
Meaning it's a shame, man. You shaming your father by doing that. Uncovering his nakedness, man. His that's shameful. A man that lied with his father's wife. Come on, man. You don't think this is happening down here in this world that we live in? All the stuff that we see. You don't think that that's happening here? It's sexual immorality. So it gotta spread. If you indulging in sexual immorality in that type of lifestyle, guess what? You're bound to get it. You should be afraid. Keep going.
Kind. Both of them shall surely be put to death.
Both of them
their
shall
blood.
surely be put to death. Keep going.
Their blood shall be upon them.
Their blood shall be upon them, man. Listen, this is happening, people. You ain't got to go to the book of Leviticus. We ain't got to go back and look at it. You could just look at what's happening right now. Look at what's happening. This is the place of judgment, man. Go down to them hospitals, man. Look it up online, man. We got the access to everything and see those HIV and those AIDS wards. Now you finna have a monkeypox ward, right? I'm definitely gonna try to get this video playing, man. I just think it's, I don't know. Let's see. Let me try it one more time. Get this video up, man. They don't want us to play this, man. They don't want us to play it. Salaki.
So like
Yeah,
I said,
man.
if I may.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and like how you were saying, like today's entertainment, if you ain't talking about sexually exploring yourself, sleeping with another man's wife, women
Sorry.
women selling their bodies for Birkin bags and gifts, and just talking about that, you're not gonna be successful. Like they making everything that's sinful against the Lord your prosperity, like how you prosper in this kingdom. Like if you're not doing that, you're not going against the Lord. If you're not being wicked, you ain't gonna prosper. And to add to that, like you would think that what happened in the club post, remember that shooting?
Yeah.
That that was judgment coming from the Lord.
Con.
You think they will open their eyes and see, but just like Sodom and Gomorrah,
Con.
like
No, that's right. That's exactly what's happening here. You know what I mean? It's definitely a Sodom and Gomorrah situation we got happening here. And the crazy part is like people see us on the street corners saying this for months. I mean, the ISUPK is on the corner. We out there for months warning people about what thus saith the Lord. And they walk past us. And then when situations like this, now they want to sit down and kind of try to listen. Now you want to listen, but now it's too late. Look at what your sin has brought unto the world. Black man, Hispanic man. Look what's happening here, right? Let me try to play this video, man. I'm determined to play this video. All right, we're able to see it. I don't know if it's gonna play like that, but let's see.
Okay, I know. We are
You able to hear it?
tired of dealing with viruses.
kind of, we can hear it. Maybe it's like I said. If I said maybe it might play if you make the screen a little smaller.
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, wait, man, devil.
All right. Well, I'll try it. But anyway, there we go. Every time I try to share it, it don't do it, but give me 1 second, man. I hate technical difficulties. It's stupid. Yeah, it ain't happening. Every time I try to share it. Can you hear it?
So like you can't hear it now.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna flip on that. All right. Where we at? Let's pick up from where we at. Let's keep going
We
on
just
that.
finished. We just finished verse 11.
All right. Let's go to jump down to 13.
Kind of one concert. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind,
Mm-hmm.
as he lieth with a woman, both of them committed an abomination.
Both of them committed an abomination, man. Keep going.
They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them.
And listen, our job right now, right, as priests and prophets, is to warn you. That's all we can do, because we're not out here judging people. This ain't the time of the Levites where if you get caught doing that, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna take you somewhere and stone you, right? But you will be judged by the Most High. This is the same lie that the serpent gave Eve. See, when people read that, they'll look at that and say, well, I know homosexuals that they live a prosperous life, and that's the mirage that they give you. Because I don't know if y'all pay attention, but a lot of the LGBTQ community, a lot of them are in high up places. I mean, we're talking about principalities. These are people in high position with money. So much so that if you speak out against them, they can have you canceled. They done got businesses closed, people arrested, people canceled, all type of stuff just for speaking out on their lifestyle. And a lot of times it's not even people speaking out against them. If you even mention what they do in the LGBTQ community, they will have you canceled. If you talk about a man having sex with another man, they get appalled. Why would you talk about that? Well, is that not what you do? Is that not what you like to do? Right? And they force it down our throats all the time. Every show that you turn on, when you turn on the TV, is homosexuality, bisexuals, lesbianism, whatever falls under the alphabet of the LGBTQ, whatever it stands for, you see that everywhere. It don't matter where you go or what you do, these are the things that you're going to see, right? So in that video, I'm gonna tell you what the video say. That's what I'm gonna do, because they think they slick. So in the video, the lady is basically telling us that she wants to confirm that it's not a gay disease. So she brings on an expert, and the expert never denies this, but she just basically says it comes from prolonged contact. So be careful who you kissing and hugging on and things like that. Listen, are you telling me, and what they do too, Salakia, they interview people who actually have the monkeypox virus, right? They show about 5 people who have contracted the virus, and they're doing some sort of like vlog where they're showing you, right, their journey with it, so to speak, right? All of them in complete pain. And one thing that you can see clear is that all of the men that they show and the women agree that they are all live the gay and bisexual lifestyle. And we just read in the CDC that it said what? 98% of people affected identify as gay and bisexual, man. This is not nothing to play with. The Most High is not playing. And so for the people that think, okay, I'm safe because I'm not gay, listen, be careful out there, right? It's a reason why the Most High, while we're reading this right now, it's a reason why the Most High is giving all these scenarios. Because when you go against the Most High in his law, there's a penalty for that. See, the law is to keep you safe. Black, Hispanic, and Native man and woman and child. These things are to keep us safe. And the only way you could stay safe in this society is to hate this society, number one, and follow the law, statutes, and commandments. That's why he got to go through all these scenarios. He got to say, a man better not, don't lie with a woman like you, don't lie with a man like you do with a woman. Don't sleep with another man's wife. Don't do all these things, because outside of all of that, that's sin, man, the wages of that is death. And some people may look at it like, okay, well, if you get the monkeypox, 2 to 4 weeks, they say it lasts about between 2 and 4 weeks, which is technically a month. 2 to 4 weeks of boils and burning and pain, 2 to 4 months. And then the one sister said that she had it on her face, and they said that it would clear up, but there'll forever be a mark to let her know that that's what she got. There'll forever be a mark. I don't know if y'all remember when we were younger, when we got chicken pox. My chicken pox started, I had it when I was like 9. I had them bruises on my arms from when I had chicken pox, so I was probably about 18 years old, actually like 16 years old, and they started to go away. So they're telling these people with monkeypox and them boils on their face and stuff like that, it's going to forever be there. But that's the wages of sin. That's the wages of sin, right? And they also seeing a strand of polio coming out of that as well. So, I mean, as time goes on, this is going to get worse, right? Where we at? Let's go to 15 for me. As a matter of fact, start at 14. This one we need to read this one too.
Kind out of my cousin. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 14. And if a man take a wife and her mother, it is wickedness. They shall be burnt with fire, both he and they, that there be no wickedness among you. And if a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death, and ye shall slay the beast.
Listen, you see how all these scenarios the Most High got to bring out? All these scenarios the Most High got to bring out. All this wickedness that he has to bring out. Now, you mean that you don't think nobody is down here, no man is down here having sex with a woman, Salaki, a woman and his mother? Is y'all on TikTok? Y'all on Instagram? Y'all don't see all these crazy posts and all these different scenarios these people in, and then we try to figure out why is sin and how can monkeypox come into the world? Because here in Leviticus, it's telling you all the ways sin can enter into the world, all the ways death can enter into your life. It's not a game out here. This is not nothing to play with. We told you about COVID-19. They didn't want to listen until they was up in the hospital and with ventilators. And now this monkeypox is here. And Joe Biden has, in his administration, has said what? This is a public emergency with over 7,000 cases. And being from Florida, guess what? One of the other videos, man, I hate that we can't play that video, man. I'm gonna figure out what's going on with that, but I know it ain't me. I know it's the white man. I know it's the oppressor, Salaki. Know it's the oppressor trying to stop us from getting that information out. But one of the videos was from Florida, and it was a news, and they were saying that one of the guys that was talking about how he had it, he said that he didn't get it from being promiscuous or anything like that, but you can clearly see he was bisexual. He said he got it from being in South Florida partying. What you think they do down in South Florida? What you think they doing down in Miami? What you think happening down there? You think everybody's just going down there having a good time and cheersing and they just, going about their way? No, you got to believe that these scenarios that we reading right now is happening down there. You don't think they trying to do that? You don't think they trying to explore and do all the freaky stuff that they know how to do down there? Come on, man. Sexual immorality. And that's why it will spread. And the only way for you to stop that, only way for you not to get it is to come into this truth. That's the only way. This is the only safe haven, the safest place on earth. You know why? Because we follow the law, statutes, and commandments. See, when you follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, that's the safe haven. That's the thing that keeps you safe. Right? Read 15. Go ahead.
Yeah, just to piggyback off what you're saying, like I see the video where with a sister come home to her kid's father in bed with her mother, and she going off, and then she said to her mother, "Don't you got a man?" And the mother say, "Don't worry about that. You ain't treating him right." So like you saying, it ain't no excuses. The Lord made sure he dotted all the I's and crossed the T's, because you can't say that he, like you say, he implemented everything that's coming to pass now way back then. He knew that niggas was gonna be foul and sleeping with their girlfriend's mother.
Come on, man. Listen, he did. And that's why it had to be said, man. It had to be said, and it had to be said because people was doing it. You leave people to their natural selves, this is what will happen. These viruses and all these things that come into the world come from sin. Now, if you take let's just say you take two unaffected people, two people who don't have monkeypox. Let's just talk practical right now, right? You take one person, a man and a female, and they don't have monkeypox, and they have sex. Them having sex prolonged for however many years, monkeypox not just gonna develop out of that. Two clean people just gonna magically monkeypox gonna come out of that? Nah, man. See, when it starts spreading, that let you know sin is there. When people start getting HIV, somebody did something. It's not, these plagues and stuff ain't happening to the people that it ain't supposed to happen to. This not a oops, uh-oh moment. People getting monkeypox, that means there's a sin there. That's why this is coming. That's why this is coming forth, man. And it's not a game, right? Man, I'm so mad about this video, man. I just feel like they trying to, let me see. Salaki. I know I keep trying it, man. I'm hard head.
Like
Let me
you said.
see. Go
Now,
ahead.
just say that Commander Johnny Hunter did say worse curses, worse plagues was gonna come.
Mm-hmm.
He said that in 2020, 2021. He said the COVID ain't the worst of it. More coming. I remember him saying that. Like it's this thing
Definitely.
coming behind the COVID is worse. I remember him saying
Definitely.
that.
Definitely. Yeah, it's gonna be worse, right? Because this is modern day Egypt.
Right.
This is modern day Egypt. So we all know the story. We all know what happened in Egypt. We all know all the plagues that they went through. You don't think that's gonna happen here? If this modern day Egypt, you got to think that what's gonna happen here is gonna be 100 times worse. 100 times worse. But guess what? It gotta
Yeah.
happen. It gotta come to pass because of sin.
Like it, that's heavy. So what you just said just made me realize like how true and deep and heavy that is because in Egypt when they had the plagues of the boils, they had boils all around. And then you say Salaki that the monkeypox or something like boils.
Yeah, it's like a boil. It's
It's
like a
something
boil.
like that. You can't tell me that this place ain't Egypt. You
Yeah,
can't
and
tell
it's
me that this ain't Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
hey, listen. The ISUPK under Commander Junior Hunter since 1969 has been saying it. This ain't nothing new. We've been saying that it's going to happen. It just so happens that now people are starting to see that, hey, we wasn't lying. The scripture wasn't lying. The scripture wasn't playing. God, the Most High didn't say these things this ain't no story. This ain't no fairy tale book. This is prophecy. This is life or death right here. And it's amazing too. I know we get back into this. If anybody have any questions too, make sure you type them in so I can answer them. And what's amazing too is it's amazing how during COVID-19, you had people looking at us like we were crazy when we were saying that we weren't afraid of the vaccine. We weren't afraid to get the vaccine. People had all of these conspiracy theories about, the vaccine gonna make your head explode and it messes with this and it does this and where do they get it from? Now everybody became a scientist overnight, right? But with this monkeypox, guess what? Where everybody at that's against vaccines? Where
Right.
everybody that's against vaccines now? See y'all see COVID-19, you didn't want to get it because you could suffer a cold, you could suffer some chills, you can suffer being sick in the house, but guess what? You're gonna want to get that monkeypox vaccine because you don't want to be ugly. You don't want them bumps around your mouth. That's how
Right.
that's how vain blacks, Hispanics, and natives is. We you don't want to be ugly, so you're gonna go get that one. They're not gonna make no big rise about that vaccine. Everybody gonna be in line just like they are now trying to find a vaccine for it. But when it was COVID-19, guess what? We're not taking nothing from the government. But I bet you y'all gonna be in line for that monkeypox vaccine. Guaranteed. I guarantee you will. Especially if you live in that lifestyle. If you live in that lifestyle where you free willy-nilly out here just doing your thing, guess what? Once your friends and all them start contracting it, guess what? You're going to be scared to death. And you're going to be knocking down some doctor's door trying to get these bumps off of your mouth. Right? Man, I'm about to try to play this video again, man. They so lucky.
I really want people to be aware that it's a normal disease and anybody can have it, and I have no idea. I had no idea that
I bet. See, now it's playing. Let me see.
I really want people to be aware that it's a normal disease and anybody
Are you able to hear it?
Kind of on a concert, I can hear it.
All right, here we go.
can have it, and I have no idea. I had no idea that I had it.
And now to an interview you'll only see on Local 10 News
this,
of
man.
one man's battle with monkeypox. The number of cases is on the rise across the country, with the highest concentration right here in South Florida.
Wait a minute, where? The highest concentration is where? Right here in South Florida.
Local 10's Hatzavella spoke with that patient about his painful experience. Hatzel is live at JMH with the exclusive tonight. Hatzel.
Calvin, this is a young man, 24 years old, and he tells me he was hospitalized here at Jackson Memorial for several hours. He's back home now, documenting what he is experiencing because he wants other people to know what to expect.
Jackson Memorial Hospital, this is what I got going on.
His video blog starts at the hospital and now continues at home for the sake of the public, he says.
As you guys can see,
Jonathan Araujo shows us his lesions, the clear signs of monkeypox. By Zoom, he tells me
it's serious. It's not just sexually transmitted. It's not a gay disease.
Now wait. wait. So you see, he's saying that it's not just a gay disease, but we can clearly see that this man is bisexual. This man is a homosexual. Can we not see that? Is that not apparent? I think now the people here in America, for those of us that are not homosexual, right, who don't partake in that lifestyle, I'm pretty sure we can identify homosexuals now.
Right.
I'm pretty sure we can identify bisexuals now. I'm pretty sure we can see that now, right? Now, again, man, they ain't paying attention.
24-year-old bartender wants to erase the stigma. Anyone, he says, can get it.
I didn't get it from risky behavior. I got it from going clubbing with my friends and enjoying a good time.
Now, what does that mean? He didn't get it from risky behavior. He got it from enjoying time with his friends. What does that mean? So you just in South Florida, this a bartender, homosexual bartender. He didn't get it from what they saying he got it from. No risky behavior with him down in South Florida, where the majority of the cases are. He just got it from hanging out with his friends and having a good time. But it's not a gay disease, though. It's not. Even though we just read the CDC said it's affect 98% of the gay community. I mean, I don't know.
Worries people are in the dark. Even people in healthcare don't know enough.
I was sick with like a fever and like chills for like two days.
The fever, the chills then broke, but days later, what looked like pimples came out.
I had them like on my forehead, like right around here in the same spots. I had them like on my nose, on my arms and my chest, like up here, and on my shoulders.
It was when they showed up on his lip that he knew something wasn't right.
Listen, I don't know about anybody else, but they just said that it wasn't until it showed up on his lip that he knew something wasn't right. Now, do you see it's all on his forehead? It's in his nose. It's on his whole body. But not until it show up on the lip that it's like, oh my God, something ain't right. Now, I don't know about nobody else, but listen, if I see 36 bumps on my forehead, I'm going to the doctor. What you mean? But they don't want to give the stigma that it's a gay disease. But every single person that I've seen that they interview is a member of the LGBTQ community. So one can only assume by the numbers who it's affecting and where it will go. So if we got bisexual, man, guess what? He got it. If he had sex, guess what I tell you, it was a 2-4 week buffer on it. So the fun, whatever fun that he had down there in South Florida, somebody else got it. They don't know yet, though. Come on, man. Let's watch some more.
Quarantine hasn't been easy, he says, a psychological roller coaster.
You wake up every day with a new bump, a new sore, another lesion, more pain, and you look at yourself in the mirror, at least I do, and I don't see myself. I see all these sores, I see all these bumps. I can't even do like normal stuff.
And they are painful, an 8 or 9 in a scale of 10. And worst of all, not knowing how long this will last.
It's defeating. It really is. It's defeating.
Man. Nope. Right. Listen, look what y'all was said. He could hide them other ones. That's why wasn't nothing wrong till then. Exactly. See, people, he care about how he looked. But once you start getting bumps and stuff on your lips and stuff like that, people, that's a one sign. When you start having stuff happen in those regions and stuff like that, people automatically start assuming it's something, a herpes or whatever. They assuming that it's something. So now he got to go get it checked because it's on his lip. But man, this is sexual immorality, man. That's what you get living in this place. That's what you get being a part of this society and accepting the things that this society gives you. Accepting the things that the society says is okay versus accepting what the Most High says is okay. Seeking temporary validation, seeking temporary just wanting to feel good for a moment could cost you your life, man, down here. I mean, it's ridiculous, right? I'm glad that played. I'm glad that played, because now I could go through the other ones, man. Salakia. I just had to bring that out, because these videos that I'm showing, they really tell the story. They really tell the story. Give me one second. I'm gonna play one more. I got a couple of these I want to play. And the reason I'm playing these, man, is because when people listen to us and we out on the street and we saying it, we was out just past Saturday and we out there and we talking about it, you know, people was waving us off, you know, people laughing at us, shaking our heads, saying, you don't know what you're talking about. So we go to the CDC. We go look at what the scientists say. Listen, don't listen to me. If you think I'm biased at by any stretch of the imagination, just go check out the CDC website. Just look at these cases. Turn on the news. You will see this has no bias as far as from our perspective. We just calling a spade a spade. That's what it is. Right? Let me try this other one real quick. Salaki. It's playing now, so, you know. It's ridiculous, man. Let me see. All right, here we go. I think this one is all right. Can we see that one?
What kind? We can see it, sir.
As you can see, my face looks different. That's because I have monkeypox.
I remember seeing like dots on my face, like pimples almost, it looked like.
I started having swollen lymph nodes. I started having a headache. I started having a fever. And I just felt overall just really lethargic and really tired.
This is one of the most painful things that I've ever dealt with in my life.
The spots first appeared on my hands and my arms, and over the course of the day, they actually progressed all over my body.
I started to see spots on me, spots on myself.
Now, what we need to point out about this is, what do you notice about all of these men that they're showing? What is evident about all of the men that they're showing?
They like it.
Mm-hmm.
They're living an alternative lifestyle.
That alternative lifestyle. But just 2 months ago, just in June, wasn't y'all down there marching? Wasn't it pride? Didn't you have a sense of pride of who you were? Pride of the lifestyle that you chose? So don't get upset when we bring it out, because this is what you chose. This is what you're choosing. And there's a penalty for that. And understand, the Most High is not slack about his promise. Listen, he gave you a list of the things that you're not supposed to do. He gave you laws and statutes and commandments to follow. But a hard-headed people, we're going to do what we want to do, right? Nah, man, the Most High not having that.
So they swabbed one lesion over here, and I believe one lesion on the other side of my face. And I got the results back in 2 days, and it was positive monkeypox.
I had yet to hear my results until today, Tuesday. I have seen my primary care physician, who basically told me that to take Tylenol. And then my symptoms got worse. I went to the ER.
I called 311. I called the Department of Health. I called emergency rooms. I called urgent cares, and I did call my PCP. I actually was hung up on by a couple of emergency rooms.
They basically...
Listen, my man said the emergency room was hung up on him. Come on, man. This man calling around for help after that alternative lifestyle. Shouldn't they be contacting? Here's my thing. And this is what I'm interested to see, right? Because the CDC says that this is affecting them, how much will the LGBT community and whoever is in the hierarchy of their community, how many of them is going to come to the aid of these people? How many going to come to the aid of them?
booted me out of the hospital, like kicked me out of the hospital. The doctors coming in with gas masks and full-on bodysuits, signs on.
Look at this, man. Look at that. Look at that on her face.
Good night.
And where is it? On her mouth. Is that by happenstance? Nah. This is what the alternative lifestyle gets you, man. This is what you get when you go against what thus saith the Lord. This is what you get when you lie with mankind as you do women. This is what happened when two women get together. This is what's going to continue to happen. Listen, and they talking about down in South Florida. We up in Central, but down in South Florida, come on, man. All the stuff that's happening down there in Miami. You think everybody just down there having heterosexual sex? No, they're not.
On my door saying this room is highly contagious. It's a high risk room.
The pain was so severe that I could barely sleep. Whether I was standing or sitting, it didn't really make a difference. It was completely interfering with my day-to-day life.
It was akin to what I would probably consider to be like medieval torture because it was so long. It was unending.
The lesions that were up on my hands, they really, really hurt. I couldn't wash dishes. I couldn't fold my clothes.
Good news. I finally got my TPOXX in the mail from the County of Los Angeles Public Health Department.
And let me say this. This is on Good Morning America. So this is not nothing. This is no longer hearsay. This is no longer, conjecture. This is happening, people. This is really happening. Right. One more video, man. Then we're going to get more into these scriptures. Again, if anybody have any questions, go on and type them in. I know we kind of going on with this, but this is important, man. This is important for us to see. This is important for you to see. Because when we standing out there on them corners and we having these classes, people look over us and they laugh and they say we dress like Power Rangers and all of that. But guess what? We don't got monkeypox. We ain't got that. Y'all can look at us and say whatever you want about us, but you can't say we didn't warn you. You can't say that we didn't say what thus saith the Lord. We've said that and been saying it since 1969. But this world, this society continues to push this, man. And don't the scriptures say love not the world? Is that not what the scriptures say? Love not the world? Grab me that. Is that John 21? Get that for me. John 21. In verse 15, I believe. Yeah, man, your Christian pastor, I never tell you about this. They're not even gonna bring it up, man. They're not even gonna address this situation. They're not gonna address it. But the ISUPK, again, under Commander Junior Hanna, we talking about it. We bringing it up. Let me know when you get that. Should be.
So you said John 21 and 13?
No, John. Should be 1 John. I'm sorry, 1 John. Salakia. 1 John 15 and 1 John. Hold on, wait. Give me a second. 1 John 2. Should be 15, I believe. Yeah. 1 John 2 and 15. Read that when you got it.
Come on, sir. The book of 1 John, chapter 2 and 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
Now, somebody tell me what that means. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. What is that actually talking about? What does it mean?
Slovakia.
Mm-hmm.
It means it's talking about all the pleasures of the world, all the so-called holidays, all the promiscuous lifestyles or the alternative lifestyles, everything that your enemy doing, everything that these other nations are doing, don't participate in.
Right. Particularly, and what you're saying is right. But when it's saying love not the world, that world part. What does world mean in this instance? Because a lot of people like to think that world means that world means the earth. But what does this world mean? Do anybody know? Anybody know what world means in this scenario?
Like, sir, is it talking about the nation? Like the embody of people?
Yeah, but it's a more concise definition, right? World means age or society. So this age of people, this society is saying love not this world, love not this society, man. Because this society don't love the Most High. That's why they don't follow none of the law, statutes, and commandments. Neither the things that are in the world, man. Don't love these things, man. Pride Month, come on, man. Listening to all the pride and all the things that your favorite rappers, your favorite singers, your entertainers, you know what I mean? Your movie directors, Hollywood, all these things that they put in front of you, man. Don't love these things, man, because these things is what's going to get you monkeypox. These are the things that's going to get you HIV. These are the things that's going to get you AIDS. These are the things that's going to get you killed. These are the things that are going to cause judgment to come upon you, man. How many songs do we hear about, you know, sleeping with somebody else's woman, or you know, all these things? But the flip side, see, in the song, it all ends beautiful. In the song, it ends okay. See, in the song, it ends with a melody, but in real life, that's can end with gunfire, caskets. That's how it ends in real life. See, on the music video, he take the man's girl, and they walk off into the sunset, into the club, and then the guy just be like, I guess I lost. But guess what? In real life, they pulling guns and shooting, blowing people's heads off. You messing with somebody's woman. Real talk. But the world don't sell you that. They don't sell you the reality. They just sell you just enough to get you there. It's a mirage that they want to give you. And once they got you hooked into the world, your life is taken away from you. Keep going on that. 1 John 2:15. And it's going to explain what the world is and what it's talking about. Keep going.
Okay. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Listen, man, if you love in this world, this society right now, if you in love, if you like how everything is going right now, if you love it, if you turn around and you look and say, you know, I don't have an issue with, you know, the LGBTQ community. They can do what they want to do. You know, that's fine. You know, if you saying that the way things are being ran in this world right now, if you saying that you love it, guess what? The love of the Father ain't in you, because guess what? He don't love this world, and we shouldn't either, because they ain't following the law, statutes, and commandments. They are totally in opposition of the Most High. Right? Keep going.
Okay. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh.
So what is it saying? For all that is in the world? What is it saying? All that's in the world, the lust of the flesh, right? What you want, right? Just lusting after the flesh, right? If you go on Instagram, you go on TikTok, look, half of the population on there is showing they behind. Half of the woman population on there is showing they behind. And the men, are they in the inboxes? You know what I'm saying? They trying to hook up and have sex with them and stuff like that. Sexual immorality, man. Just jumping from woman to woman. Jumping from man to man. With no regard. And then turn around and want to wonder why AIDS runs rampant in our communities. Monkeypox, all these things are taking over us because of our sexual immorality and our inability to just say, you know what? The Most High is right. I see what's happening in the world. It doesn't have to happen to you for you to see what's happening. The scriptures say that under the sun was the place of judgment, right? That wickedness was there. That righteousness was there. See, on this world, you will see the righteousness here in the ISUPK, nowhere else. You're going to see righteousness there. But also under the sun on this world, you're going to see wickedness. I always say it, but in my mind, after the first crackhead, there should have been no more crackheads at all. It shouldn't have been no more crackheads. After you seen what happened when taking drugs and doing crack, After we saw that, it shouldn't have been no more. After the first case of AIDS and HIV and all that, it should have stopped. But no, it didn't, because this world continuously promotes it, and it doesn't tell you the outcome. And if they do tell you the outcome, it's really light. They just glance over it, right? Keep going.
Okay. And the lust of the eye,
Mm-hmm.
and the pride of life.
And the what?
The pride of life.
Wow. The alternative lifestyle. Marching. The pride of life. Are they not out here calling it Gay Pride Month? Are they not prideful? Is that not in opposition to what the Most High say? Those people that was walking in downtown Orlando for Gay Pride Month, they didn't give a damn what we were saying out there. It was blacks and Hispanics and natives out there. It was the other nations was out there too, but we didn't give a damn about them. But our people, they was out there and they didn't give a damn what we were saying. And we were warning them at that point. You didn't have to be a damn homosexual. You can stop. The only alternative lifestyle you have is following the law, statutes, and commandments. But they didn't want to hear us. So during Gay Pride Month, guess what? When nobody talking about monkeypox, because it wasn't no monkeypox at that time. But now it's here. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to bring it up in that other video, but you know what's really heavy too. In one of the videos, the lady says that the monkeypox, right? They haven't seen it here in the United States, but they have seen it in places like Africa. What else is in Africa? True. What else is in Africa? What place we know that's in Africa?
Man.
You know it. What's in Africa? We came out of it.
Like, we came out. Shit, I feel like this is a trick question.
No, it ain't no trick question. It's in Africa. It say they seen it in Africa, but and remember we was talking about how biblical this is.
Oh, Egypt, Salakia.
Egypt. Thank you. Thank you. Egypt is in Africa. And the lady is going to say, listen, we haven't seen this in the United States, but we see cases of this in Africa. Of course, it's going to be cases that in Africa, because guess what? Back in Egypt a long time ago, when the Most High set them plagues and stuff up, guess what? It's still residue of that over there. Officer in the shot. Salagi, sir, I had to post Yes, there in Egypt. Yes, that's where it's coming from. Let me play this first video that I wanted to play earlier. Finally got it to start working right. Let me do this. There we go. Bet. Here we go.
I know. We are tired of dealing with viruses. But listen, the viruses are not tired of dealing with us. So we have to talk about what's going on with monkeypox and what's not going on with monkeypox. Now, the virus is spreading fast. Over 7,000 confirmed cases in the U.S. in less than 3 months. And now President Biden has declared it a public health emergency.
7,000 cases in less than 3 months. That's a whole lot of sex. In less than 3 months, 7,000 new cases. You could do the math of where it's going to be in a year. If it don't quadruple, double, flip, you know what I'm saying? It's getting crazy, right?
And despite what you may have heard, listen, people, this is not a gay disease.
It's not a gay disease, but the CDC says that's who it's affecting.
It's a virus that can affect anyone, even you. So listen up just for a few minutes. You've got questions. I know I've got questions, and we've got the woman with some answers. Dr. Chris Purnell, our favorite public health physician, is back with us. Chris, I'm so happy to see you. Girl, I've got all the questions for you. First, I just want to ask.
Now, what I want to say before we go further, right? They bring the black lady on. They got the two ladies here, right? I ain't hating on her. If she a scientist, she doing her interview, newscasting thing. I'm not hating on that. But the way they try to relate to us is crazy. In a moment like this, it seems like every time we have a public crisis, they'll have on the CDC, they had our oppressors up there, they had the white people on there. But when they bring our people on, it's like they use us to try to make it seem like everything is okay. We ain't got nothing to worry about. This ain't a gay disease. Just keep doing what you're doing. Let's get what's real, because we're hearing a lot of craziness. But listen to her answers and what she say, right?
Ask, what exactly is monkeypox and how did it get here? Why are we dealing with this? It feels like we're living in the end of days.
Notice she said it feels like we're living in the end of days. You know why she said that? Because, listen, it is the end of days. That's exactly what it feels like, because that's what it is, and it's going to get worse.
Morning, Tiffany. So great to be with you today. Monkeypox belongs to a family of viruses. Another type that's very similar to it is smallpox. It's an infection and an outbreak that we characteristically have not seen in the United States. Those outbreaks have been located in regions of Africa, but it doesn't mean that it cannot move across the globe.
They have seen this in regions of Africa, and now it's moving across the globe in regions of Africa. We know what happened with Africa and Egypt. They had them boils too. They got them plagues too over there, right? So now it's moving over here. You know why? Because this is spiritually Egypt. This is Egypt all over again. So you gotta know, if the Most High's people is here and you allowing them to get shot down in the street, you redlining them, you killing them, you giving them drugs, you allowing them to be homosexuals and all of that, guess what? You gonna get the same plagues that Egypt got. And you getting them. COVID-19 shut the whole world down. You don't think this will? Come on, man.
As we are now seeing, there can be transmission from human to human, as well as there has been some transmission from humans and animals. What we're facing
from human to animals. Now, how you think that happened? Did we not just read the scripture in Leviticus that said if a man lie with a beast, put him to death and put the beast down? See, the Most High already knew. It was people already doing this. So why would we have to bring that up? It's been some transmission from skin to skin and people doing this, and also to animals. What animal, man? How can you pass something like this on to an animal? What kind of disgusting person is out here laying down with animals? It's people out here doing that. I seen a video of a deer had the hole on his face, had the lesions and all that on. Just come on, man. This place is horrible, man. Ain't no justice here. This place is horrible. It's defiled. This is a horrible place to be. This is hell. And these plagues and all the stuff that's happening, man, is going to be worse. It's going to continue. It's not going to get any better. And the only way you're going to be able to subvert that is to come into this truth, man. To follow these laws, statutes, and commandments and put down that alternative lifestyle. Because that alternative lifestyle don't lead to nothing but death. That's the only payment you get with that, right?
Right now does feel like a Twilight Zone scenario, but I think the most important thing for all of us to take away from this is the need for public health preparedness in this nation, because once again, we were too slow getting out of the gate.
Wow, that's scary. Now, I want to get into some of the just disinformation and misinformation that's been floating around out there. For starters, I just find the reaction very interesting by people I know and in my orbit, because, you know, COVID could literally kill you, especially before there was a vaccine, and people were willing to risk it all. But when you talk about monkeypox and some pimples on my face, wait, time out. How do we get ahead of this? So
you see that? See what I said? See what she said? COVID-19 could kill you, right? But they wasn't in no rush to get the vaccine. They was telling her, like, listen, you could die from COVID-19. You could not be here for COVID-19. But guess what she said? Wait, you talking about some pimples on my face? Wait. So now everybody that was on the internet that was a scientist that broke down COVID-19 and what was in it and became an overnight scientist from reading a couple memes, guess what? Some pimples on my face? Nah. Bring on the vaccine. Give me the vaccine, Cole. Get a vaccine. That's the type of world we living in right now. They care so much more about how they look, being vain, versus what thus saith the Lord. Just not to have the public appearance of being shamed or just being deformed. Give me the vaccine. We're not going to see people on the internet becoming scientists trying to break down what's in that a monkeypox vaccine. I guarantee it. Nobody's going to fight you if you say you're going to get that monkeypox vaccine. You know why? Because don't nobody want to be ugly. Don't nobody want to have no bumps on their face. Don't nobody want to feel no pain. They don't want that. They care about that. That's why her reaction was like that. Wait a minute. They said COVID-19, you could die, but some bumps on my face? Nah, we ain't doing that. Bring me the vaccine. Come on, man.
I think there's a vanity component to people really not wanting to get this. How exactly is monkeypox spread?
See, she just said it. A vanity component. They care more about what they look like versus the effect of what it's saying. That's the world we live in. You don't want the COVID-19 vaccine because you care so much about the government and what they're doing. Now, am I saying to go out and trust the government? What I'm saying is when you living for the Most High, when you are following the law, statutes, and commandments, you don't have no fear like that. You don't be afraid of no vaccine. You're not afraid of no vaccine. Come on, man. What's the point of serving the Most High if you're going to be afraid of everything? Right? But the vanity component is nobody wants to walk around with bumps on their face. So give me the vaccine because that's the world we live in. Guess what? If everybody start getting them bumps on their face, you're going to see a lot less selfies. Straight up. Ain't going to be no more selfies because everybody going to have legions and all type of stuff on their face that's living their lifestyle. You ain't going to see it no more. That's what they care about. Shalaki.
So monkeypox is spread by direct physical contact, either with someone who is actively infected or contact with bedding, contact with clothing, contact with an object. We call that fomite transmission of a person who has been infected. Monkeypox can be spread through respiratory droplets, but we do not have clear scientific evidence that monkeypox is spread by aerosols, meaning that it is an airborne infection.
So they don't have nothing to say is airborne like they was doing with COVID-19. So this ain't a situation where, you know, you cough on somebody and get monkeypox. She's saying they really don't have any data saying that you get it from respiratory droplets. Again, that's sneezing on somebody and then they got monkeypox. Nah, she gonna get into the meat of how you really get it. She just kind of giving you that to like, oh, okay, try to win you over. But then she gonna tell you how you really get it. And I know what she said about prolonged contact, bedding, things like that, right?
So the best way for people to continue to protect themselves is to think about whom you're having direct physical contact with, skin to skin contact, hugging, kissing, cuddling, massaging, and inclusive of sex, all types of sex, oral sex, anal sex, vaginal sex.
And that's why when people are getting it, that's why they're getting it in those specific places. That's why they're getting it in their face. We know what they're doing with their face, right? The one guy said it felt like he was sitting on shards of glass. We know why he felt like that. As a gay or bisexual man, you know why you're doing that. We knew that. He just try to keep it PG on TV, but we know why it felt like you were sitting on shards of glass. But don't say it, right?
So it's really important, as you mentioned, that we don't stigmatize one group, but that we recognize where risk has congregated in which communities and that we get information out to those people. So no.
Now, that part right there, that's the part right there where they brought her on to say that part right there. You notice how she said it's important for us not to stigmatize one group, right? But then she also says, but it's also important to say where it is and how to deal with it and who's being affected by it. What? We're not going to stigmatize one group, even though the numbers say 98% of them got it. But we also want to make sure that we highlight who has it and how we can get them help. Okay. Again, my position on this is still that it's going to spread because of sexual immorality, because of what we read in Leviticus, because of the sin in this world. So now, yeah, it may be starting with them and it may be affecting them, but just like HIV and AIDS, the same thing happened and it started to spread because of sexual immorality. See, this not happening if it's just, you know, two people having sex and they got monkeypox. We ain't saying it's like two people that got monkeypox and it just end and die with them. No, it don't do that. It's gonna spread because guess what? Just in our general everyday society, how we deal with each other, people break up and go different places and do all type of things and having sex with all these different type of people. It has no choice but to spread But the only way you could be protected is if you follow the law, statutes, and commandments. If you're not sleeping with another man's wife, if you're not laying down with a beast, all these things that they put in Leviticus, all these things that the Most High put down, there was a way to protect you. 2,000 years ago, he was protecting you from monkeypox today. Come on, man.
It is not just men who have sex with men or people who identify as gay who are susceptible to monkeypox. If you have that prolonged skin-to-skin direct contact with someone who is infected, you too could actually get monkeypox.
Prolonged skin-to-skin contact. I don't know about anybody else, but you wouldn't have no prolonged skin-to-skin contact with no dude. As a straight man, I wouldn't have no prolonged skin-to-skin contact with no dude unless you gay. That's the only way that makes sense. But they use this, they use the words to try to confuse you. But this is the Israelite school of practical knowledge. So we can hear through that. Only other way you're gonna have some prolonged skin-to-skin contact is if for a man, a straight man, is with a woman. She's saying if you having sex. That's what she's basically saying. That's how she's saying it. But she's saying it in a politically correct way because guess what? The LGBTQ community is listening. They're listening. And everybody except for the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, we're not afraid of them because we stand on what thus saith the Lord. So you could try whatever you want. You could try to cancel us. What do you mean? We live in the cancel zone. You know how many people throw stuff at us and spit on us and call us out our name and don't want to deal with us when we out on the street? You talking about cancel culture? You think we really care about the cancel culture? No, we don't. We care about what thus saith the Lord for blacks, Hispanics, and natives, man. That's it. Anything else outside of that, you can have.
Now, after, COVID hit us, I have stopped handshaking. It's very awkward when people come and try to shake your hand, but now you're saying hugging. I would always prefer a hug over a handshake. But when you just said hugging, it's like, I've just got to walk around in a hazmat suit and stop touching people. What are the tips for not getting this disease? Just some tips that we can all follow. And should we all be rushing out to get the vaccine?
Okay, let's start with the vaccine. No, we all should not be rushing out to get the vaccine, but the vaccine should be more readily available. When you think about the vaccine, it's one of your most powerful tools in your prevention toolkit. Right now in the United States, we're using Jynneos, and that vaccine is a 2-dose vaccine that is right now most eligible for those who have the highest risk category. And the persons in the highest risk category aren't people who have sex with people of the same sexual
Wait.
orientation. So typically in
Wait.
people of the same sexual.
Let me go back. Make sure y'all heard that.
People who have sex with dose vaccine that is right now most eligible for those who have the highest risk category. And the persons in the highest risk category aren't people who have sex with people of the same sexual orientation. So typically in the United States.
Listen, she couldn't even get it out. She couldn't even barely get it out when she said that. She's stumbling over the words when she said that. The people that have sex with the same. Come on, man. Just say it. All you got to do is say it. That sister need to free herself and just say it. But you know why she can't? Because she's afraid of the LGBTQ community. But again, the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, we do what thus saith the Lord, man. So we ain't afraid of that. We out here to warn blacks and Hispanics, man. Come back to these law, statutes, and commandments so that you don't have to partake in that, man. You don't have to partake in what Egypt is. Egypt, the United States today is going to partake in, man. It's going to get a lot worse. See, right now we're dealing with pestilences and things like that. What happens when we were just talking about a food shortage about a couple months ago, right? That's going to happen as well, right? I'm just going to do a little bit more of this video. Troop, you still in here? Troop, you in here? I think you muted. I can't hear you if you talking. You might need to go out and come back in. I'm gonna remove you. Just add back in. I'll add you back in.
States, we've seen cases predominantly in men who have sex with men, but it doesn't mean that other people are not susceptible. Children have gotten monkeypox because if you live with someone who is infected, you can have that direct human-to-human transmission. Otherwise, do those things to keep yourself safe. Use your hand hygiene.
Nah. See what they say? They saying we have seen children get it, but what do we know about this world? What do we know what's happening in this world? What do we know? We know it's people out here having sex with children. We understand that. More sexual immorality. And the more they talk, the more you listen to them, the more you understand that they're saying everything that we just read in Leviticus. They're going over every single scenario that we read in Leviticus that could cause you to catch and get monkeypox, straight up and down. That's it. This is the way for them to say it. They're going to say it without saying it, right? A little bit more, man. The reason I got to play these videos, man, because we get up here and we say it and people look at us and be like, they just making it up. Listen, this is from the horse's mouth. Straight up. CDC, right? The CDC.
Just know and have conversations with any of your intimate partners. Know and have conversations with anyone who may be having an illness, and do those things that we know are good infection prevention best practices.
Infection prevention best practices. The best practice for in this prevention right here is to not be a homosexual, man. That's it. It's to not be a bisexual. That's all you can do. Anything outside of that, man, you're gonna catch the monkeypox. Simple as that. Right? Hey, True, give me what time is it? 8:43? Give me a John 12 and 48.
Thank you, sir. First John or the regular John?
Let's do the regular John. I think it's regular John. Regular John.
Yeah, regular. Like,
yeah, man. This is it's not a game out here. And the thing about it is, and the reason we got to come out here and we got to say it, man, is because our people are already suffering, right? And they want to know why they suffering. There's people out here that want to know, that want answers. They want to know what's going on out here, man. And these plagues that's coming into this world is because of the sin. It's because this society has told the Black, Hispanic, and Native man that this is YOLO. This is your life. You only live once. Do whatever you want to do. So you got all type of people trying all type of different stuff. And guess what? When we go out on the street corners, we ain't judging nobody. Every time I run into somebody that's of that community, if we have a conversation about it, you know what the first thing they say? Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Listen, the ISUPK don't judge nobody. We ain't judging nobody. What does judge mean though? Let's get to the facts of it. If I judge somebody, we're not sentencing anybody. We're not out cutting off heads and putting people to death. The scriptures say that, you know, a man that lie with a man like he did a womankind shall be put to death. We're not putting them to death. Back in that time they did, but now we not. But guess what? There is a judge though. There is somebody who can judge rightly and who is judging. And you're seeing the judgment play out before your eyes right now. But see, the thing about it is the Christian church won't tell you that, because the Christian church make you think that God is just all love. But in that love comes correction. Right? You got that for me, True?
like it, sir. You say John 12?
John 12 and 48.
Got it, sir.
All right, read that for me.
The book of John, chapter 12, verse 48.
Mm-hmm.
He that rejecteth me and receive not my word.
Like you. Go back, go up to 47.
Kind.
Actually, go to 46. Start at 46.
Kind. John chapter 12, verse 46. I am come.
Like you. 44. That's it. We're gonna start at 44. Like it.
No sweat, sir.
All of this is good. You know, when I see all red, I want to read it all, but this is all good right here. This is all on point. Start at 44. Salaki.
The book of John, chapter 12, verse 44. And Jesus cried and said, He that believeth on me, believeth not on me, but on him that sent me.
So Christ is saying, just like we say, listen, he that believeth on me, believeth not on me, but on him that sent me, right? We out there on them street corners because the Most High sent us out there. It's not us that you got to believe. You got to believe the Most High. Keep going.
Con. And he that seeth me, seeth him that sent me.
Now, the Christian church used that to say, oh, that means Christ is God. But no, what he's saying is, listen, the power that's behind me sent me. So if I'm sent here by him, when you see me, that's who you seeing. It's a concept that Christians don't understand, but you go to work every day, right? How many of us at work have the CEO come down to your job and say, hey, listen, I want you to drop these fries like this and do this? Who's the CEO doing that? Nah, but they got managers and supervisors and people in place that are given the power that are in the stead of the CEO, right? So just like what Christ saying, I'm standing here, but it's who sent me, which is the Most High, right? Just like us today as priests and prophets, when we out there on them street corners and we teaching these classes, we are sent by the Most High to do this. You're not believing on me, you believing on who sent me, right? Keep going.
Con, verse 46. I am come a light into the world, that whosoever believeth on me should not abide in darkness.
Should not abide in darkness. Listen, the law, statutes, and commandments, Christ, are a light in this dark world, man. We can all agree that this is a dark world. This is a dark society. This is a dark age. That's what this is. And if you believe in the Most High, and not just to say I believe, but you follow his words. Believing ain't just saying, oh yeah, I believe in God, I believe in Christ. If you believe, you're going to show that you believe by following and doing what they say do. If you believe in God, you're going to do what God said to do. If you believe in Christ, you're going to do what Christ said to do. Right? Keep going.
Con. Verse 47. And if any man hear my words and believe not, I judge him not.
So if any man hear my words and believe not, I judge him not. What is he saying? Not how the Christians taught you. Don't judge nobody. Because in the Christian world, not judging somebody means don't say nothing to them. Don't say nothing about it. That's not what he's saying. See, when you bring out something, especially if it's true, that's not judging. Christ didn't judge nobody when the woman was caught with adultery. Did he stone her? He didn't. He didn't. He could have. He could have stoned her, but he didn't. That would have been judgment. Judgment would have been you was caught in adultery. Now you get stoned or burned or whatever the penalty was. That's the judgment. The ISUPK under Commander Junior Hunter, we ain't judging nobody. We are not out on them street corners building up the gallows and hanging people. We not burying people up to their neck and busting up upside the head with rocks. We simply saying the Most High said, don't be a homosexual. Don't be bisexual. Don't be part of the LGBTQ community. Don't kill your brother. Don't steal from your brother. But if you don't hear us, we don't judge you. Keep going.
Con. For I came not to judge the world, but to save the world.
To judge the world. He said, I came not to judge the world. I didn't come here to do that. When we out there on them street corners, when we going into these classes, we not out there judging nobody. We didn't come into this world for that. It's not us to hang people and burn them at the stake for what thus saith the Lord. Nah. But what does it say he came to do?
For I came not to judge the world, but to save the world.
But to save the world, man. But to save the society that we live in. Blacks, Hispanics, and natives, he came to save that. And how can you save it? By giving you the law, statutes, and commandments to save you from monkeypox, man. To save you from HIV and AIDS. To save you from getting your head blown off from stepping out with somebody else's woman. To save you from getting stabbed up. From save you for a drug overdose. He came to save the world, man. Keep going.
Con. He that rejecteth me and receive not my words
Mm-hmm.
hath one that judges him.
See, listen, this is what we know based on Christ's words. If we bring the word to you, just like I did today, if I bring it to you and you reject me, listen, you don't receive my words, you got somebody that judge you. There's somebody that's going to judge you. It's not me. I'm not going to be the one to judge you. The ISUPK is not going to judge you. You're not going to go to any street corner where the ISUPK is and see us stoning nobody. I'll reiterate that. You don't see us out there being violent to nobody. People are violent to us. They throw things at us. They threaten our lives. They try to put their hands on us, but we ain't out there judging nobody, right? We don't do that. But it's somebody that does the judging, right? Keep going.
Come. The word that I have spoken, the same shall judge him in the last days.
Read that one more time.
Come, sir. Mm-hmm. He that rejecteth me and receive not my words hath one that judges him.
Mm-hmm.
The word that I have spoken, the same shall judge him in the last days.
The same shall judge him in the last day. Listen, the man that sent me is the one that's going to judge you. It's not me. I'm not the one. See, I was sent to bring the message. I wasn't sent to do the judging. I wasn't sent to carry out the sentence. I wasn't in a lab coming up with monkeypox to give to people. We didn't do that. We didn't come up with COVID-19. We didn't do those things. But the one that judge of the Most High, he the one that sent us. He allowed it to happen, man. He allowed monkeypox to come. He allowed COVID-19 to come. And he's allowing anything else that's on his way down here. It got to happen, man. It has to happen. He's the one that's doing the judging. He's the one that's showing forth in the skin. He's the one that's showing you what people are doing. And the reason they hate it so much, yeah, it's an ugly, ugly disease. But they hate it so much because it shows literally what they're doing. It's on their mouth, the genitals, all these places, man. Read that one more time.
Mm-hmm. He that rejected me and received not my words has one that judges him.
Mm-hmm.
The word that I have spoken, the same shall judge him in this last days.
In the last days, man. The same will judge you in the last day, man. That's where we at right now. We in the last day. And that's why you're seeing these things come to pass. Why everybody was YOLOing and living it all up and everything was cool. It's not so cool now because guess what? Judgment is coming down. Right? Give me real quick Romans 1:24. It ain't so fun now, right? I wonder how the LGBTQ community gonna respond to this. How they gonna respond to that? Because the numbers speak against them. The Most High speaks against them, right? And it's just like I said earlier. Go ahead.
No, it's like you said. I was just in. I had the scripture.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 24. Wherefore God have also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts.
Listen, the Most High, this is the judgment right here. The Most High, it says, for God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts. The Most High ain't make you like that. But because of your disobedience, he give you up to the lust of your own heart. So continue on doing it and then see what happens. That's the lust of your own heart. Don't blame God for that. God didn't make you gay. God didn't make you sign up to be in the LGBTQ community. He didn't do that. He didn't make you that way. You weren't born that way. Don't blame him. But because of your uncleanness, because of your sin, he gave you up to your own thoughts, to your own hearts, to your own mind, to all that uncleanness that you want to do. He gave you up to it because you won't listen. Because when he sent the sign, when he sent people to tell you what to do, you ignored us. You walked past us on the street corner. You turned off the classes you didn't want to hear. You turned your back, and now you got to suffer the consequences. Keep going.
To dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
To dishonor their own bodies. They doing it to themselves. Nobody coming and dropping monkeypox on you. You going out there. You going to that gay club. You the one doing that. Nobody's forcing you to be a part of that. Nobody's forcing you to do it. You're being given up to your own thoughts, to your own lust, right? Keep going.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie
Mm-hmm.
and worship and serve the creature more than the creator?
Who changed the truth of God into a lie, man. That's your Christian church. They changed it into a lie. The scriptures talk about it all in Leviticus, what to do and what not to do. But what's your Christian pastor say? That's done away with. The truth of God, what the Most High said was true, they turned it into a lie. You ain't got to listen to that no more. You ain't got to do that no more. That's you can have the alternative lifestyle. You can live how you want to live. God is all loving. He's all that. He loves the sinner and hates the sin. No, he hates both. He hates both the sinner and the sin. Keep going. As a matter of fact, read 25 again.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the creator?
We serving the creature more than the creator, man. That's the people that we care more about. These people out here, they care more about the creature than they do the creator. They don't care what the Most High say. When they had that gay pride parade, they didn't give a damn what the Most High said. It was about the creation, how much pride they wanted to have. Keep going.
Who is blessed forever. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
For this cause, God gave them up unto vile affections.
Gave them up to vile affections, man. Nasty affections, man. Keep going.
For even their women did change the natural use into which is against nature.
Even the woman changed. Even the woman ain't in their natural use. Have we not seen that? That's what the LGBTQ community is comprised of, men and women, not in their natural states. Keep going.
And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman,
mm-hmm.
burn in their lust one toward another.
Now, if that's not clear as day, even the man, likewise the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lust one toward another. Keep going.
Men with men, working that which is unseemly.
Men with men working that which is unseemly. I'm going to start saying that. Niggas is unseemly, man. Unseemly. Working that which is unseemly. This is clear as day. Keep going.
And receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat.
And what does that mean? And receiving in themselves. That monkeypox, man, that's your recompense, man, for your error. That's your recompense. That's what you get. That's your reward. That's what you get for living an alternative lifestyle. That's what you get for YOLOing. That's what you get for just doing whatever you want to do. That's what you get for just saying, you know what? I'm going to change the natural way that the Most High made me and make myself into this. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to change my pronouns. I'm going to go and be whoever I want to be and go against the whole natural course, go against nature. And now this is the recompense. This is the reward. This is the wage, right? Man, so again, I'm gonna end right there because we right on the time. Got a lot more stuff that I could go into, man. I mean, this is continual. You know what I mean? So, again, we have classes down at the Hart Memorial Library down here in Central Florida, in Kissimmee. That's every Tuesday from 6:30 to 8:30. Come on out if you're in the Central Florida area. Drop in on the class. Again, every Tuesday, Officer Thawashab is down there. teaching that class, man. Heavy hitters, man, that be teaching in that class. If you have any questions, you can type them in. You can send us an email. Go to isupk.com, ISUPK Florida on YouTube, Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you can find ISUPK, man, you need to get there, man. Men and women need to get there, man, because these are the last days. This is the last time, man. Time is short. Time is so short right now, man. So I encourage every Black and Hispanic and Native indigenous man, woman, and child, man. Bring your families, man. Get in with this body, man. Get connected with this body, man, and find out how you can live, how you can survive, man, so you can avoid death, man. And again, we are ISUPK, start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. This is the Tuesday Orlando Brotherhood class. Shalom.
Shalom.